All right, folks, we are back. I found my microphone cover, and we're back live action. So it's getting a little warmer here with the sun in my face, which is a good thing. This is Doc, Tampa USSSA Sports Network. We got the game here coming up between the Tampa Hawks and the Florida Burn Platinum. Go over the lineups for you here. The Tampa Hawks, actually the Florida Burn Platinum are at bat first. So they're going to be our visitors. So let me fix that on the scoreboard here real quick. And we'll be starting with them. So Florida Burn are... So leading off is number 95, Barber. Second is Taylor. Third is Million. Batting fourth is Teal. Batting fifth is Wilson. Batting sixth is Joseph. Batting seventh is Goodwin. Batting eighth is Scarborough. Batting ninth is Stein. Batting 11th is Sainer. And batting 11th is Remmel. For the Tampa Hawks, who's in the field, batting first is Lucas, second is Witt, third is Matthew, fourth is Shane, fifth is Anthony, sixth is Blake, seventh is Caden, eighth is Nick, ninth is Hudson, and 10th is Luke. So on the mound, let's find out in a second who's on the mound here for... looks like number 18. That's going to be Anthony. And behind the plate is number 6. And that is Nick for the Tampa Hawks. Tampa Hawks is the home team, as you can see. And we're about to get this one underway here, folks. So thanks for joining us here at the Snowball Fight Tournament on the Tampa Bay USSSA Sports Network, put on by Tampa Bay USSSA and sponsored by VisitStPeteClearwater.com. This is the 10U matchup between the Hawks and the Burn. Coming up after this one is going to be, I believe this is our last 10U game of the day. And indeed it is. So at 3 o'clock will be St. Pete Barracudas versus Palm Beach Prospects. And then the 5 o'clock game will feature the Keystone Vipers and Bloomingdale. So both of those are 9U divisions. So 3 o'clock and 5 o'clock are 9U divisions, but two different fields. So we'll be going back to the field we started on today. Again, all the start times for those games in terms of the actual broadcast is subject to when the games we're in finishes and if there's any overlap. So appreciate your patience. Appreciate you joining. And hopefully we're bringing you quality baseball and enabling you who can't be here to be here and be able to see your favorite players for your favorite team. All right, so Barber steps in as we get this one underway. And here's the first pitch to Barber. It's a ball off the plate. I'm sorry, called strike off the corner there. And it's an 0-1 count. So no balls, 1 strike to Barber. And that's a ball just a little up, so it's a 1-1 count. So 1 ball, 1 strike to Barber. And the pitch. It's a ball off the plate. And it's now 2-1. So 2 balls, 1 strike. Just got started here in the first inning. The Tampa Hawks and Florida Burn matchup. I want to thank you all for joining us here in the Tampa Bay USSSA Sports Network. And the pitch. Ball low, and that's now 3-1. So Anthony has fallen behind quickly to Barber, the first batter. And here it comes. Nope. Anthony steps off the mound to kind of get his bearings. So Nick gives him the sign. Anthony comes set and delivers to Barber. Called strike 2, and it's now a full count. So 3 balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch. It's ball 4, and Barber's on with a leadoff walk. All right, so Barber's at first. Taylor comes up for his first at bat. And there goes the runner. Ball low, and Barber is safely in to second base. So it's a 1-0 count to Taylor. 1 ball, no strikes. Nobody out. Barber at second base. Anthony checks the runner. He's back. Nick gives the signal to Anthony. He comes set and delivers to the 1-1 to Taylor. That's going to be called strike. And I'm sorry, the 1-0 to Taylor. Now it's 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Anthony checks the runner at second. He's back. And the pitch. Called strike down the middle, and it's 1-2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Runner at second. And the pitch. It's a ball out. Called strike 3. But Barber steals third on the pitch. So 1 down here in the top of the first. And the pitch. It's a ball outside. Dropped by the catcher Nick, but he quickly gets it. So Million's at the plate with 1-0 count. Teal's on deck. And here's the 1-0. It's a foul ball down the first base line. Foul. I should say ground ball down the first base line. Foul. And it's a 1-1 count now to Million. And the pitch. Foul ball right back at us. Let me fix the camera here for you folks. Sorry about that. And it's a 1-2 count. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. And the pitch. There's a fly ball in the right field. Just foul. And we'll do 1-2 over again. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. And it is 2 outs. And the pitch. Well, that hit the batter. So Teal's on with a hit by pitch. Barber remains at third. Wilson steps in. And Joseph is on deck. pitch. There goes the runner. And Nick just throws back to Anthony. And it's runners. So runners on second and third. That's a ball high. So that's 2-0 now to Wilson. So the burn threatened here in the top of the first. Runners at second and third, but there are 2 outs. And here comes the 2-0. Swing and a miss. And strike 1. So 2 balls, 1 strike to Wilson. The go-ahead run is just at third. Actually, 2 runners in scoring position, so a hit would definitely bring in the runners. There's a swing and a miss. And it's 2-2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs, 2 on. And the pitch. Called strike 3, and that's 3 outs. So no runs, no hits, no errors. And 2 left on, and at the end of half inning, it is the Burn 0, Tampa Hawks coming to bat. This is Doc, the Tampa Bay USSSA Sports Network. We'll be right back. All right, so welcome back, everybody, to the bottom half of the first inning. Hopefully adjusted the video a bit there, so hopefully it's a bit clearer without the fence in the way. All right, so leading off for the Tampa Hawks is going to be Lucas, followed by Witt, and then Matthew. Pitching for the Burn is number 13, Goodwin, and catching is number 14, Million. All right, so here's the first pitch to Lucas, and it's a ball in the dirt. So 1-0 count here in the bottom of the first inning. And the pitch. Called strike. And it's a 1-1 count. So 1 ball, 1 strike to Lucas. So warming up kind of nicely here now for us. It should be at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. It'll cool down later though, for sure. There's ball 2. The wind blowing doesn't help. If the wind wasn't blowing, it wouldn't be so bad. But the wind blowing just kind of gets that little chill. But it is getting much better. So thankful we're all out here. It's a ground ball back to second base. Throw over to first. And he's safe. He beats the throw. So we'll call that an infield single for Lucas. And Tampa Hawks have a runner on. And that brings in Witt. Matthews on deck. So I believe this is the Tampa Hawks' second game today that they've played. They actually played, I believe, the 9 a.m. game. Like I said, once we finish this, we'll move over to field 2. cover 9U action between the Barracudas and the Prospects, and then we'll finish out the night over on Field 5, the Vipers game. There's a ball, and it's a 1-0 count. Vipers and the Bandits. So pitcher checks the runner, he's back. 1-0 count to the batter. Trying to keep the runner as close to first base as possible. And here comes the 1-0. That's a ball in the dirt, and the catcher couldn't hold on to it, so that allows Lucas to go to second base. So we'll give him a stolen base, and it's 2-0 count to Witt. There's a ball inside, and it's a 3-0 count. So LeBurn pitching has fallen behind the batters, the first two batters, and so we'll see what happens here. And there's the 3-0. Call strike on the outside corner, and it's now 3-1. So 3 balls, 1 strike to Witt. Be followed by Matthew. There's a ball, goes in. Pitcher checks the runner at second. The ball goes into center field. There was no one there to take the throw, and the center fielder is there to back it up. So there still remains a 3-1 count. Lucas remains at second base. Nobody out. And the pitch. Called strike. And now it's a full count. So 3 balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch. There's ball 4. And back-to-back batters are now on for the Hawks. That brings in Matthew. And on deck is Shane. And the pitch. Called strike. So no 1 count, no balls, 1 strike to Matthew. Pitch. There's a ball inside, and it's 1-1. So 1-1 count now to Matthew. Got Lucas down at second base. Pitcher checks the runner, he's back. And Witt down at first. Ball high. Oh. Batter's out as he backed into the throw of the catcher. And so the batter is called out. So 1 down. Runners do move up though. Oh no, they made the runners go back. Sorry about that. So the runners had to go back to their respective bases. 1 out, still 2 on. Lucas at second, Witt at first. Shane steps in. There's a line drive to third. He drops it, but he'll get the force out at third. And we'll call that a fielder's choice for Shane. Two down now. All right, so Lucas got out at third on the force. There's not much he could do there because the line drive, he had to stay and to see if they caught it, and they didn't, so then he could go, but it was too late. So there's a called strike on Anthony. Blake is on deck. So runners remain at first and second. That's Whit and Shane. Whit at second and Shane at first. Anthony has a 0-1 count on him. Anthony's the pitcher for the Hawks. And the pitch. It's a line shot into center field. Oh, nice catch by the shortstop. I believe that was Stein, and that is 3 outs. All right, so no runs, 1 hit, and no errors, and 2 left on. And at the 1, it's 0-0. So we're going to the second inning here, and we'll be right back in just a moment. This is Doc, the Tampa Bay USSSA Sports Network. All right. Got some coffee now, so I'll be able to stay toasty back here in between the air conditioner and the electrical unit and the other air conditioner. There's a ball outside to Joseph, so Joseph steps in, his first at bat for the Florida Burn. There's a swing and a miss. And it's a 1-1 count. So Goodwin's on deck. Goodwin's your current pitcher for the Burn. And he'll be followed by Scarborough. Just swing and a miss, strike 2. And it's quickly a 1-2 count. Anthony's out in front of the batter. Swing and a miss, and that is 1 away. So 1 down. And here's the first pitch to Goodwin. He squares the bunt. Called strike. And it's a 0-1 count. So no balls, 1 strike to Goodwin. Called strike 2. And Anthony is quickly in front. He's and the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And that is 2 outs. So far, Anthony's been a strikeout machine. He struck out 5. All 3 outs last inning were strikeouts, and the first 2 outs this inning are strikeouts. And Scarborough steps in with Stein on deck, and the pitch. There's a swing and a miss, strike 1. So no balls, 1 strike to Scarborough. Like I said, Stein's on deck. He'll be followed by Sainer. And then he'll round out the 11th and final batter, Rimmel. Ball low, and it's 1-1. So 1 ball, 1 strike. As of yet, it's ball 2, so 2-1. The Burn have not put the ball into fair territory yet. They did have 2 runners last game, but they're both on walks and hit by pitch. There's a called strike, and it's 2-2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. And here's the pitch. Ooh, just inside, and it's full count. So 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. No score. We are in the top half of the second inning. And the pitch. Called strike 3. And that is 3 outs. So all 6 outs thus far have been due to strikeouts. And now we're moving to the bottom of the second with the Hawks coming to bat. Coming up for the Hawks in the bottom of the second inning is going to be Blake, Caden, and Nick. Nick is your catcher. In the first inning, though, the Hawks did manage 1 hit. Another one reached on the fielder's choice. There was a line out and a walk. And the first out was an interference. And then the second out was a force on that line drive to third that was dropped. And then the final out was the line out to shortstop. All right. So we'll get underway here shortly. This is Doc, Tampa USSSA Sports Network. Appreciate you joining us here for the Snowball fight. First tournament here, January, last weekend in January. Our sponsor, visit sapclearwater.com, and of course, tournament put on by Tampa Bay USSSA. All right, so here we go. Here's the first pitch, and it's called strike. And it's a 0-1 count on Blake. Goodwin and Million still remain. Goodwin on the mound, Million behind the plate. There's a ball to Blake, and that's a 1-1 count. So 1 ball, 1 strike by Goodwin. And here's the pitch. Foul ball. And it's 1-2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. And here is the 1-2. That's way outside. And it's 2-2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. Still no score in this one. Well, we had the sun out a minute ago. Now it's wind's picking up and it's going behind the clouds. So there's some more blue sky coming. So hopefully the clouds will move. And it's 3-2 now. So full count. Blake has worked it back. And here comes the payoff pitch by Goodwin. It's a ground ball in the hole, and that's going to put Blake on with a single to start off here in the bottom of the second inning. That'll bring in Caden with Nick on deck. All right. So Goodwin comes set. He goes to first base. Blake is back in time. Checks the runner again. He's back. Goodwin's trying to keep his eye on the runner at first. Again, it's still a tie ball game, 0-0, as you can see. There's the pitch home. There's the ball high. And it's a 1-0 count to Caden. So 1 ball, no strikes. It's called strike. And it's a 1-1 count. And the pitch. It's a ball outside. And it's 2-1. So 2 balls, 1 strike. There goes the runner. That ball's in the dirt. Gets away from the catcher. So Blake is easily into second base. And that becomes a 3-1 count now. To Caden. Goodwin checks Blake. He's back. And the pitch. It's a ground ball to short. Shortstop has a little trouble with it. Comes up with it, goes to first base. Oh, way overthrows first base. And Blake will hold it at third. And Caden's on with an error by the shortstop. So runners at first and third, nobody out. Nick steps in with Hudson on deck. Shout out to my helper regarding letting me know if I forget to update the scoreboard. I really appreciate that. All right, so quick conference is over, and Nick steps in, and here's the delivery. There goes the runner. Sorry, it was first and third. That's what it was. Just calling the play. So when the runner goes to second, the play was the shortstop would come down in the middle, cut it off, in case the runner from third was going home. I believe that was called a strike, and Caden stole second base. So I believe it's an 0-1 count. There's the pitch. Ball in the dirt. That's going to allow Blake to come home. And the Hawks lead it 1-0. And so the wild pitch allows both runners to move up. As that ball got away from the catcher, and like I mentioned before, it has to go, the shortstop, the backstops are pretty shallow, so it'd have to go up the line one way or the other. So Goodwin checks Caden at third. And the pitch. Pop fly on the infield. Second baseman calls it. He makes the catch, and that's 1 away. All right, so Hudson steps in with Luke on deck. 1 out, 1 runner across so far. 1 error, 1 hit. And that error did cost a run. Well, actually, it did not cost a run. The wild pitch cost the run. Sorry about that. But that did put the runner in a position to score on the wild pitch. Here's the pitch. Squares the bunt. Pulls back, and it's ball one. So 1-0 count to Hudson. Lucas on deck. And the pitch squares the bunt again. And he does bunt, but foul. And it's a 1-1 count. So 1 ball, 1 strike. One out, one on, one in. And here's the pitch. Ground ball foul. And it's 1-2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes to Hudson. Hawks put one across, and so they lead it 1-0 so far. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. And that is 2 outs. All right, so 2 down. Luke steps in. On deck is back to the top of the lineup with Lucas, who singled his first time up. And here's the first pitch to Luke. Ball high, and that allows Caden to score on the wild pitch. And it's a 2-0 ball game. Here's the pitch. Called strike. So it's a 1-1 count to Luke. 1 ball, 1 strike. There is 2 outs. 2 runs have scored. And the pitch. That's in the dirt. And it's 2-1. So the bases are clear. A 2-1 count on Luke. Goodwin sets and delivers. It's a little high, so now it's 3-1. So 3 balls, 1 strike. Lucas is on deck. Again, he's singled his first time up. And he'll be followed by Witt. Should we make it that far? And the pitch. It's a line shot to first base, and that is 3 outs. So 2 runs come across on 1 hit and 1 error. And at the end of 2, it's the Tampa Hawks 2, Florida Burns 0. So we move to the top of the 3rd. Coming up in the top of the 3rd is going to be Stein, Sainer, and Rimmel. Again, this is Doc, the Tampa Bay USSSA Sports Network. We'll be back in a moment. So new pitcher on the mounds for the Platinum, or sorry, not the Platinum, it would be the Hawks. And let me see. His number is number 1, and that'd be Matthew. So Matthew's in. Nick is still behind the plate. Let's see. All right, so Stein steps in. Okay, so here we go. First pitch from Matthew. Ball outside. And that's a 1-0 count to Stein. So 1 ball, no strikes. And the pitch. Ground ball foul. And that's 1-1. So 1 ball, 1 strike. Ball outside, and 2-1. And here's the 2-1. Ground ball to third, fielded cleanly by the third baseman across the diamond, and overthrows first base, and that allows Stein to go to second. And that goes into left field. Left fielder's there to back it up, and the Burn have a runner here in the first inning. So that was an error E5. Allows him to get on and go to second. So Sainer steps in. And Rimmel will be on deck. And after Rimmel, we'll go back to the top of the lineup with Barber. All right, and here's the pitch. Ball high. And it's 1-0. So 1 ball, no strikes. Nice job by Matthew checking Stein at second, but he's back in time. So Stein is safe. And the pit. There goes Stein. Ground ball foul. So he had a hit and run on there. I think it's a 1-1 count if I'm correct. And here comes the one. Nope. Matthew checks the runner. He's back. Trying to hold Stein at second. And the pitch. There goes Stein. Throw down to third. And he's out. So nice job by the catcher, Nick. And the pitcher. I mean, that was a boom play. And, I mean, the third baseman was waiting on him. Now there's the coach is questioning us, so we'll see if it actually ends up being an out before I chalk it up as an out. And so I think they're checking to see if it was actually a balk that the umpires missed. But we'll see. That was the indication out on the field that was made by the umpire, so we'll see what the call is. And everybody's safe. So, or out. So it is an out. So 2-5 on that one. And so 1 down. So Sainer has a, I believe still has a 1-1 count on him. That might be 2-1. I believe it's 2-1. There's a ground ball in the hole to right field. Right fielder fields it. Goes to first. Not in time. And it's a single for Sainer. So at this point the count doesn't matter anymore. Rimmel steps in. And on deck is Barber, who walked his first time up. There goes the runner. Throw to second. And they get him. So the Burn was trying to catch the pitcher off guard there. And They get him at second, so that's 2 down. So quickly 2 outs. And Remmel is at the plate. And the first pitch. Called strike. So no balls, 1 strike to Remmel. Swing and a miss. And that's strike 2. So no balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Burn trail by 2 here in the top of the 3rd. And the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And that is 3 outs. So no runs, 1 hit, 1 error, and nobody left on. And at the end of 2.5, it's the Tampa Hawks 2, the Burn 0. This is Doc, Tampa USSSA Sports Network. We'll be right back. So you were asking before about the schedule. So we picked the schedule of the games beforehand, and yeah.
So am I passing back here?
You're doing a great job, sir.
It's my first game I've ever done.
I can tell. You're overzealous, you're excited, you're doing a great job, you're very precise. It's not an easy job by any means.
Well, you know, it's funny. We told the coach that, well, you know, it's the beginning of the year tournament. We're not going to call it park license plate. You know, if a kid doesn't come to a complete stop and talk to him, which is basically what happened on that.
Yeah.
We would have done the same for their pitcher. You know, and even if the kid came to the set, jumped at that kick out on the second, he would have been going out anyway. He was out by half the baseline.
So far, it's been really good. The last game I did, so 2 games ago, ended in a tie, 4-4. A team came back, Ruse came back and tied it. The last game, the Bull Sharks came back and that game was 5-5. They came back and tied that thing. And so I'm curious, am I going to be 3 for 3 with 3 ties?
I tell you, sort of for this guy can pop the ball.
Oh, really?
For a 10-year-old.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. The first 2, both of them have. Yeah. All right, so about to get the bottom of the 3rd underway here. Again, Hawks lead it. And coming up for the Hawks is back to the top of the lineup. And that's going to start out with Lucas, singled his first time up. He'll be followed by Witt, who walked his first time up. So he's still 0 for 0. And Matthew, who actually got thrown out because of interfering with the catcher's throw. So let's see what they yield this inning here in the bottom of the 3rd. Again, thank you all for joining us here at the Tampa Bay USSSA Sports Network's broadcast. The Snowball Fight Tournament. Got some 10U action right now. This will be the last 10U game of the day, and then we'll move over for 9U action on field 2. Again, it could be a little delayed. It just depends on how quickly this game ends and how that game is going over there. So called strike on Lucas. It's an 0-1 count. So no balls, 1 strike. And the pitch. It's a ground ball back up the middle. Nice stop by the second baseman. But we're going to give a single to that one because, he did a great job getting over there, but the angle he was at, there was probably no way he was going to get to him anyway. So Lucas leads off with another single. He's 2 for 2. Witt steps in. And Matthew's on deck. Matthew is the current pitcher for the Tampa Hawks. The umpire was going over to talk to the pitcher. What the umpire was sharing in between innings was that they're not really calling balks this first tournament. These guys aren't. The first tournament of the season, as you heard him talk about, and that's probably what the umpire was going to do there. Oh, the pitcher stuck his glove up. There's a new pitcher in there for the Burn. I just caught that. Lucas still second. It's a strike on Witt. Let me see here. And number 4, Taylor, is the pitcher. It's called strike 2 on Witt. So no 2 count. No balls, 2 strikes, and the pitch. Called strike 3, and that is 1 out. So 1 down. Lucas remains at second base. It's a called strike on Matthew. Throw down to third. That gets away. But nice backup by the shortstop. And Lucas has stolen. It's called strike. I believe it's an 0-2 count on Matthew. So Lucas is now at third base. And that's a ball. So that's going to be a 1-2 count. So 1 ball, 2 strikes to Matthew. And it's 2-2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. Called strike 3, and that's 2 outs. So Shane steps in. He hit into a fielder's choices last time up, and Anthony's on deck, who lined out to shortstop. There's a line drive into just over the shortstop's glove. That's going to score another run. And Shane is on with a single. An RBI single. And there's a pitch. There's a ball high. Shane goes into second base with a stolen base. And it's a 1-0 count to Anthony. So Anthony was the starting pitcher. He struck out 6 in 2 innings pitched. And the pitch. There's a deep drive into center field. Center field's going back. He makes the catch! What a catch by the center fielder! And that's 3 outs. Wow, what a catch. On the run back towards the fence. For sure that looked like that was going over. Not over the fence, but going to hit the fence at least. And what a catch by the center fielder to close that one out. So, a lot of action that inning. 1 run did cross. No errors, though, on 2 hits. And 1 left on. And at the end of 3, it is a 3-zip game. Hawks in the lead. So I was saying earlier, the first 2 games we've done today, they were both ended in ties. So, all right. So much like the Burn started off the inning in the top of the order, much like the Hawks started off the bottom of the 3rd, top of the order. We'll start off the top of the order with the Burn Platinum in the top of the 4th. So it's going to be Barber, Taylor, and Million. So Barber walked his first time up, Taylor struck out looking, and Million struck out swinging. All right, so this is Doc, the Tampa Bay USSSA Sports Network. And we'll be back in a moment. All right, as the throw's coming down, just share that we will, after this game concludes, we'll quickly break down and move over to field 2 and cover the 8U Prospects and the 9U Barracudas. We did cover the 8U Prospects in the, I believe it's the Scared Hitless tournament, and they did fantastic in their game. There's a ball low. It was a very exciting game, needless to say. That was one I believe they came back and won. Memory serves, I think it was 3-2. It was a ground ball to short, right between the shortstop's legs, and we're going to give that an error on the shortstop. And Barber's on. All right, so Taylor steps in. Again, he struck out looking his first time up. And pitch. Swing and a miss. And Barber easily still second base. So strike one to Taylor. Matthew checks the runner, he's back. And the pitch. Called strike. And it's no 2 count to Taylor. So no balls, 2 strikes. There's nobody out. And a runner on second base for the Platinum. That's Barber, who reached on an error by the shortstop. Matthews making sure that the runner's back. And the pitch. Pop fly, shallow, or actually just behind third base. Third baseman snags it. Nice catch. And that is one away. So one down. And they check the runner in, they get him a run down to throw to third, and they get him. So I believe that was 1 to 4 to 5. That's 2 outs. They hadn't pitched to Million, and they caught Barber off base, who was planning on going, and he was going on the movement. There's a called strike to Million. Million's the catcher so Taylor's in at pitcher, so he's the one that popped out the third. Million is now in, he's the catcher. It's no 1 count to him, but the runner was going on the pitcher and got caught. So there's a pop out to first base, and that's going to end the inning. So no runs, no hits, 1 error, and nobody left. And at the end of 3.5, it's a 3-0 ball game. Coming up in the bottom half of the 4th is going to be Blake. He singled and scored. Caden, who reached on an error and scored. And then Nick, your catcher, who popped out to second. This is Doc, the Tampa Bay USSSA Sports Network. We'll be right back. All right, so we're ready to go here. Called strike on Blake. And it's a 0-1 count. It's a foul ball, and it's quickly 0-2. So no balls, 2 strikes. I'm sorry, I missed a ball there. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here in the bottom of the 4th. And the pitch. This ball just a little up. And it's 2-2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch. That's in the dirt. And the count's full. So Blake's worked it back, being down 1-2. Taylor delivers. Called strike 3. And that's 1 out. So since coming into pitch, Taylor has struck out 3 so far. There's a ball inside. And it's a 1-0 count. So 1 ball, no strikes to Caden. Bottom of 4th. Hawks lead it. And the pitch. And foul ball, and it's 1-1. So it is a 1-1 count. 1 ball, 1 strike. And the pitch. It's a pop fly into right field. Right fielder's under it. Makes the catch. And that's 2 outs. So Nick steps in. Hudson's on deck. So Nick popped out to second his first time up. And Hudson struck out swinging in the 2nd. And here is the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. So no balls, 1 strike. Nobody on. Here in the bottom of the 4th. Oh, that's a little inside out. And it's 1-1. And pitch. Fouled off. And it's quickly 1-2. So Taylor is quickly ahead of the batter. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Taylor comes set and delivers. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. And that's 3 outs. So no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. And at the end of 4, it's 3-0. All right, so coming up here in the top half of the 5th, which we need to move the innings up, is going to be Teal, Wilson, and Joseph. And we'll be right back. All right, so we're just about to get underway here. So Teal steps in. New pitcher for the Hawks, it's Lucas. And Nick remains behind the plate. And there's ball one low to Teal here in the top of the fifth. Called strike, and it's 1-1. Called strike two, and it's 1-2. Lucas is quickly ahead of Teal. And here comes the 1-2 pitch. That's a ball up, and it's 2-1, or 2-2, sorry. 2-2, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Top of 5. Burn trail by 3. Again, immediately following this game, we'll break down and move over to cover 9U action, Barracudas and Prospects. You may be a little bit delayed. That's 3-2 now, so full count. Maybe a little delayed in getting that run underway. Just depends on when they start over there and when we finish here. So this game's moving pretty quick. So there's a line shot into right field, just over the second baseman's head, and Teal is on with a leadoff single. Joseph steps in. He struck out his first time up. Oh, I'm sorry, Wilson. I am so sorry, folks. So Wilson steps in. Joseph's on deck. So Teal's first time up got hit by pitch, and now he's singled. Wilson struck out looking his first time up. There's a check over on Teal. He's back in time. And then Joseph struck out swinging his first time up. Well, that's your first 3 batters here in this one. And the pitch. There goes the runner. Foul ball. It's 0-1 count now to Wilson. Check the runner is back. Teal's safe at first. And the pitch. There's a ball high. And it's a 1-1 count. So 1 ball, 1 strike to Wilson. Nobody out, 1 on here in the top half of the 5th inning. There goes the runner. There's a ball, and runner's safe. So stolen base by Teal. It's a 2-1 count now to Wilson. And the pitch. Foul ball. And it's now a 2-2 count. Or sorry, 1-2 count, my bad. Oh, 2-2, I was right, sorry. I had to go back and forth there. Anyway, it's 2-2 on Wilson. Lucas checks the runner. Teal, he's back in at second base. And the pitch. It's a ground ball to first. Underneath the first baseman's glove. That's going to move. Oh, here. Teal couldn't decide whether to come home or not. So he stays at third. And Wilson is on with a single. So runners at first and third. Brings in Joseph. The Burn got something cooking here in the top of the fifth. And Goodwin's on deck. So both of them struck out swinging. Joseph and Goodwin both struck out swinging their first time up back in the second inning. And here's the pitch to Joseph. Just a little up. And it's 1-0 count. So 1 ball, no strikes. Runners at first and third. There goes Wilson. Swing and a miss. And it's a 1-1 count. So Wilson's on with a stolen base. Or on to second with a stolen base. The runners at second and third. Teal at third, Wilson at second. And Joseph has a 1-1 count. There's nobody out. And the pitch. That's a ball in the dirt. And it's 2-1. So 2 balls, 1 strike. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. So now it's a 2-2 count on Joseph. And the pitch. It's ball 3. So 3 balls, 2 strikes. And here it comes, the payoff pitch. Pop fly on the infield. First baseman's under it. Makes the catch against his chest. I think that's Anthony. Almost, it is. It almost dropped that one. But nevertheless, it is 1 out. So that brings in Goodwin. And he'll be followed by Scarborough. So Goodwin struck out swinging his first time up. And Scarborough struck out looking his first time up. And here comes the first pitch to Goodwin. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. So no balls, 1 strike. It's a ball in the dirt. And so it's 1-1. So 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 out, 2 on. The Burns still trail 3-0 here in the top of the fifth. There's the pitch. Called strike. And it's 1-2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Burn have Teal at third, Wilson at second. And it's 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Stein on deck. I'm sorry, Scarborough on deck. Scarborough. And the pitch. Foul ball. And remains 2-2. Pitcher checks the runner. On second base, he's back. Their third base runner also gets back. Here's the pitch. It's ball 3, and it's a full count. So 3 balls, 2 strikes. 2 good one. Scarborough's on deck. And the pitch. Pop foul out of play down the left field line. And we'll do 3-2 again. So 3 balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch. Fouled off again. And we'll do 3-2 again. All right, and here comes the payoff pitch. Nope, Lucas backs off the mound to reset. Runners maintain their leads. Lucas delivers the payoff. Foul ball. So Goodwin is hanging in there on this. Good at bat for Goodwin. To try to fight to get on base. Should he get on base, that loads it up for Scarborough. And the pitch. There's a ground ball back at the middle. Shortstop fields it cleanly across the diamond. That is one out. So we'll call that sacrifice, as it's 2 outs, but that does score Teal, and the Burn get their first run. But they do get their second out. So that brings up Scarborough, and on deck is Stein. Stein reached on error by the third baseman. And here's the first pitch. Pop fly down the line, foul. And it's an 0-1 count now. So no balls, 1 strike to Scarborough. The Burn cut the lead here in the top of the 5th. And the pitch. And I believe, unless I missed one, I think it's a 1-1 count. To Scarborough. And the pitch. Ground ball to third. Third baseman fields it cleanly. Across the diamond, and that is 3 outs. Well, the Burn pick up 1 on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left on base at the end of 4.5. It's the Hawks 3, the Burn 1. This is Doc, Tampa USSSA Sports Network. We'll be right back. All right, the Burn have a new pitcher in there. I'll share who that is with you in just a moment. That is Teal. Called strike. Lead things off here in the bottom of the 5th on Hudson, so it's an 0-1 count. And the pitch. Ball a little high. And it's 1-1. Called strike, and suddenly 1-2 now. So 1 ball, 2 strikes to Hudson. Luke's on deck, so Hudson struck out swinging his first time up. Luke lined out to first. And then that'll go back to the top of the order with Lucas. There's a swing and a miss, strike 3. And that's 1 out. I guess it was dropped third strike, but they still got him at first. So still a strikeout. All right. So Luke comes in. Again, he lined out to first base his first time up. And Lucas is on deck. And Lucas is the current pitcher, and he's actually 2 for 2 and scored once. And here is the first pitch to Luke. Ball in the dirt, and it's 1-0. So 1 ball, no strikes. There is 1 down. And the pitch. Ball a little up. And it's 2-2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes to Luke. Again, Lucas on deck, and he'll be followed by Witt. Lucas has 2 singles. And it's ball 3 to Luke. And Witt walked and struck out looking. So he's 0 for 1 today. And here's the pitch. And that's ball 4. And Luke is on. All right, so Lucas steps in. He's 2 for 2. Like I said, 2 singles. Witt's on deck. Here in the bottom of the 5th inning. And the pitch. Ball just off the plate. And it's 1-0. So after striking out the first batter, Teal has pitched 5 straight balls. And the pitch. Make that 6. It's 2-0. So 2 balls, no strikes on Lucas. And the pitch. And make that 7. So 3 balls, no strikes. It's a 3-1 ball game. And the pitch. Called strike. And so after 7 balls, Teal registers his first strike. And it's a 3-1 count to Lucas. And here's the 3-1. Called strike 2. And the count is full. So 3 balls, 2 strikes. Lucas at first. And here's the 3-2. Pop foul. Ball outside, and that is ball 4. So Lucas fights back and ends up walking. So back-to-back walks issued now by Teal. That brings in Witt. Like I said, Witt walked and struck out looking, and he'll be followed by Matthew, who got called out for interfering with the catcher's throw and struck out looking. And here's the first pitch to Witt. So ball gets away from the catcher. Runner moves up. Goes into left field, but nice job of the left fielder to get there to back that up. And runners hold. So everybody moves up 1. That's ball 1 to Witt. So 1-0 count. 1 out, 2 on. Or 2 on. Yeah, 2 on. I was right. I don't know why I questioned myself there. There you go. Ball 2 to Witt. So it's 2-0 count. A little high there. So they pull the infield in. And the pitch. Foul ball right back at us. And that makes it a 2-1 count. So 2 balls, 1 strike to Witt. And here comes the 2-1. Ground ball foul down the third baseline. And now it's 2-2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2-1. Hawks lead by 2 here in the bottom of the 5th. And the pitch. Ground ball back up the middle, fielded by the shortstop. He comes home, and the run scores on the errant throw. Throw goes down to second to try to get Witt, and that allows Lucas to score. So 2 runs have crossed. And we'll give a fielder's choice to Witt, who ends up on second base on the throw. And it's now a 5-1 ball game. So 2 walks and fielder's choice and an errant throw has cost the Burn 2 more runs here. And a runner at second. There's a called strike on Matthew. On deck is Shane. Shane has hit into fielder's choice and singled. Drove in an RBI third inning. There's a ball inside. There's a throw down to third. Misplayed by the third baseman. Nice job by the shortstop to get there to back it up. And it's a 1-1 count on Matthew, with Witt moving to third base. And the pitch. There's a ball high. And it's 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike. And the pitch. It's a ball. All right, so we're back. What you missed, sorry there, lost a feed. Our application froze on us, camera froze, so got it back and we're up and going. Again, we're kind of in a rough spot here where we're at, so that's a contributing factor. There's a ball. So what you missed was Stein singling into right field. He now just stole second base on the ball to Sainer. Sainer's up and Rimmel's on deck. I believe it is a 1-0 count. We'll validate that here in a minute. Swing and a miss. I think it's a 1-1 count. So 1 ball, 1 strike. Stein at second base with a leadoff single. It was close to the foul line. It dropped in just perfect. There's a line shot into right field. First baseman right fielder gets it, throws to first, and gets him at first base. Here comes the throw home, and they get him home. A double play. Double play by the Hawks. So 2 down very quickly here on a really great plays by the Tampa Hawks defense. Rimmel is now up. Barber's on deck. So you saw there's a ball to Rimmel. You actually got to see the better action there, I think, personally. So maybe it was a good thing the feet dropped for a second. I don't know. There's a ground ball to second, and that will do it. Oh, no. Oh, yes. Wow, the first baseman holds on. And that's it, folks. That is it. What a finish to this one. Some really great plays here to end this one overall. So, thanks for joining us here on the Tampa USSSA Sports Network. The final here is the Tampa Hawks win this one 6-1. Thanks again, everyone, for joining us. I hope you have a wonderful afternoon. Again, join us the next game coming up here at 3 o'clock. This is Doc from the Tampa Bay USSSA Sports Network.